0PLAYER for real, which is what the stream title is, and what I mistakenly left it as when I was playing Cuphead, although I fixed that by the time you hear this, probably. Yeah. So there's some background to this game, which will become apparent once I'm just gonna make sure that everything is sort of closed up, right? Okay. Right. So, yes. Here we are. This is the entire game, and it is being displayed in paint.net. It's just a picture. I'm of two minds about this. First of all, I think it's most likely that making a video game is just like hard. So they didn't. Like, I struggle to imagine what could actually benefit from just being a static image instead of a game you can actually play. But I guess we'll figure it out, you know. I'm very cynical, but I also have a huge amount of willingness to try new things. So anyway, this game is called 0PLAYER. I guess because, you know, you don't actually get to interact with it. Now, this is the README for the game. I guess I'll just enter into it. It's whatisthis.txt, which I found once you download it. And it explains like the whole thing. It's an experimental puzzle game. It's like consistent with being interactive, but its puzzles were designed for being non-interactive. I don't know. That could be something clever, I guess. And it recommends you use an image editor. I happen to already have paint.net on this computer, so I decided to follow their explanation and do paint.net. There is a hints directory. I won't show that to you. I mean, maybe if I'm really puzzling over one of the hints, I could put that up on the screen just to give you like a visual aid. But if I need to read a hint, I guess I will. I also looked in the hints directory, and I was looking over this image. I haven't tried to solve anything yet, but I thought, okay, you come in from here, or maybe you leave from here. Maybe this is the beginning or end of the game. However, what I didn't notice is down here there's like the instruction plate that's like, okay, you select one of the blocks, and then you can move it, I guess, with your arrow keys. Which, come to think of it, is a crazy, like, surely it should be WASD, but anyway. So, surely this is where you start. I'm not certain, like, where you're supposed to spawn or whatever, but this is it. And, I only noticed this because... Wait, sorry, there we go. I don't actually want to put rectangles on this. In fact, I'm going to create a new layer that I will be operating on. Anyway, I'm not sure where you're supposed to spawn in here, but like clearly you gotta spawn next to the instructions. And the only reason I noticed this is because the hints directory is ordered by area. So it starts out in here, which is called like the atrium or something. I don't know. Anyway. So why am I playing this game to begin with? A question you didn't ask. Now it's time for my slideshow. I learned the 3rd annual Thinky Awards is going on, and these have a pretty mixed track record in my personal opinion. They often like to pick games that I agree are thinky. They're usually puzzle games, or just, you know, even if they wouldn't necessarily be called puzzle games, they're games you have to like think a lot about and not in like an action way, I guess. I don't know if you tried because you gotta think about how you play it. Would that work? I doubt it. Anyway, but people love making puzzle games that I don't like at all, such as, I think last year, every game that was nominated for the Thinky Awards was like a Sokoban game or something. I was just instantly like, don't care. You've completely forsaken me. But that's just my own preference, you know. Some of the nominations are good. You can learn some good, learn about some good games here. So, here are the nominations for this year. I've already played actually a lot of these. You can see here's what I thought of them. I thought Locke was boring, like it's a well-made game, but it's eventually just boring. I thought Strange Jigsaws was good. Root Trees Are Dead, great. I should maybe finish that. Blueprints, also great. I should maybe finish that. Ooh, it was okay. I didn't even play past the demo, but like I could tell it was okay. So, of the remaining ones, 0PLAYER jumped out at me as like, that looks kind of cool. And Lingo 2 has been on my list. Somebody recommended that to me, so I might play those. I might even play Gentoo Rescue and Spooky Express. These kind of look bad, but like, I can't tell really what they are from this art, you know? Which, the only art you can really tell what the game is 0PLAYER, and that's because it's just a screenshot of the freaking game. Like, this is a puzzle from 0PLAYER. Alright, so, we'll get rid of all of these, and I'm gonna play this game. It's quite possible that I will not, finish it. Yeah, just the fact that you're supposed to be able to, like, click on something and then move it really makes me think, like, you guys just did not finish making the game. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure that, like, the thing you do... So, imagine I guess you don't really spawn in anywhere, because that isn't... You would just, in like an actual game version, there would probably be like scroll wheel, scroll out, and then you could start doing this. So I imagine I have to light up these hearts, you know, and I think these are self-contained areas. I wish there were. Is this? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect, perfect. So this one, easy. You just, you know, I know how things work, you know. This one, I imagine, you just like rearrange these until so like you move this one across. Maybe I should. Okay. I'm on layer 2. Let me summon. Right. So you just go here, right? And this one, you go here, and it should work out. Yeah, this one I imagine. Man, I'm already sort of getting annoyed at this game because I'm like, I want to actually move the things. Let me move the things. I want to embody my cognition by moving the things so that I don't have to keep visualizing like, you probably reshuffle these. Then again, it would be pretty funny if I just like played, air quotes, this game just by going like, yeah, you shuffle these around and then it moves them. Great. Alright, so then this is already going in here, and also I'm sure it'll be going, let's see, H, yeah. So sweet, how do you do this? Okay, interesting. guess you get to pick which one it goes to. Sort of. No. I guess at some point you can, like, shuffle them around again so that you don't need to keep sending the beam through. And then, like, because this goes in a loop, it'll power itself, maybe. I don't know. Let's pay attention to this for a minute. We want to power this heart, I'm sure. I guess this is here so, like, you can't walk onto it. That's kind of strange to me. I guess, like, these are all in a pen. Why wouldn't this be? So maybe that's just what it's for. So, like, this, yeah, you could easily push this up, and then this starts powering this. And then, like, you can maneuver it so that it goes, like, straight, and then up, and then over. Okay, no. So you have to go, like, straight up and over. It seems like you actually want to power the bottom one so that you can go, like, straight up and over and up and over. So, like, how do you power the bottom one? Right, I guess you move, like, you gotta move this one here, and then you just move both of these down one, and then you're golden. And then, yeah. I don't know, I'm kind of coming around to this because, like, since I'm not actually going to do any of the Sokoban puzzling, I can just breeze right through that. And I don't like Sokoban puzzling. So, the fact that you can skip it is a boon to me. Now, this is interesting. I don't like how Paint.net is lacking. It's kind of crazy for that one. So this, like, does something. I guess this is like a door that blocks this. So you have to power this to power this. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so something is gonna happen over here. And since we've already powered this on, per hypothesis, and then we've just sent the, like, we moved this up, and then we moved this. I guess I should make, like, a little thing telling me what's powered, Maybe, like, yeah. So then this, like, it goes out. Goes around the, I'm feeling this is some good puzzle design. Except, so I guess this is like a checkpoint for electricity, right? Because that's where it comes when they power on. And I can just say, like, yeah, totally, no problem. And then, I don't know, like, does it start going both ways immediately? Is that what's happening? I mean, I can also just push this block up and immediately get this one, and then push everything else down, and also get this one. And at that point, there's no, this is not really a huge deal anymore. So, like, now we got the electricity going back the other way. We can very easily go in here, and then using the same process, we can just, like, one over and then one down, and now the electricity is going through here. We want it to get out here so we can unblock this door, and that's the point of that. This would be a solid puzzle game if you could play it, I guess. I'm not super attached to this thing where you can't touch it. I mean, there is like a broad tradition of especially Japanese puzzles that you just do on paper like this, but well, anyway, I'm on the tip of my tongue. It's like, oh, what if they remade it like as a real puzzle? But it's not like we have a dearth of real puzzles in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I figure this is basically like a you rotate it around and then you push things up and then you like put them down and then eventually you just you get one straight one going here, one straight one going here. It's straight. And then that's 4 and you have 4 going up and then you have 4 going sideways and you have 4 going sideways. So that works out eventually. Now that's done. Right, so what am I doing here? This seems pretty straightforward to me. Like, you just, you push it down, you push it, yeah. And now we're in, like, the next island of the witness or whatever, Ah, this motherfucker is gonna get me. Okay, so this, I'm sure you just swap them, basically. So, like, yep, works. Perfect. Easy. Not a problem. Yeah, that probably works out. I'm just gonna assume that puzzle has a solution, and it isn't very interesting to move the shapes any more than I already did. Alright. So, now we need to get this. Which means we need to get this. Which means we need to get through here. Which means there was no point in not getting this one. Right. So anyway, here we are. I guess we, so like, because of how this works, we push this up into here, boom, it's powerful now. It's, then we can push it down here, and we can push this up, this drops this gate, this power, drops this gate, and then this is going out. Right, so now we can just, like, push these over in a little pattern. Go down here. I guess we just, like, push this up, and then the electricity flows in here, into this, and then into this, and then we push this middle one down, we push the other 2 up, and now the electricity's flowing out, yeah. So, got him. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, from this we can, like, light this torch, light this one, put it over here, light this one, boom, now electricity flowing out, So this is probably just some, garbage. This probably goes left, and then this goes up, and then this goes right, and then boom. This one is lit. And then you can do the same thing on this side. Now this one is lit, and then you probably just this goes to this, goes to this, goes to this, and this one is lit, and then you can easily make like a roundabout, and then that goes there. Dropping this one. Now we're powered up. This is interesting. Nothing's going in here. Yeah, so I push this, and then this blocks it, but I could push it down, and then just push it over, and then get this wire, and I think this is 1, 2, 3, right? And then so 1, 2, 3. Well, this shape fits in here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. I don't know. If I push this over just one, then this corner will collide onto this thing. I guess is the point of this thing. But then I can push this block up one, and then I can and then I can keep pushing this, yeah, because there will be nothing down there. So yeah, that's fine. I don't. I guess that's just an extra puzzle. That doesn't really seem like it's gonna help me at any point. But anyhow, here we go. So the eventual plan is to blast out here. Let's solve this little, bastard puzzle that doesn't need anything. There's not enough pipe to get to the anything. Can these carry a charge? Is that the idea? If you have it go in a square, then it will just keep circling around. I guess maybe that's supposed to be what happens. It does say that the hints are to clarify the mechanics. So alright, maybe that is what that's supposed to be. Anyway, let's check this out here. I don't even know. I guess this is where you start you start making a loop, because you need to slide this over here to power this structure, and then you slide it over here, and I guess this also explains why these are just circles, right? Because makes a loop in it. I guess you just push this up, and then you push this up. Right? I don't really know why there's one of the, because you need to put it down here to complete the loop. Right, great. Alright, give me a minute. I'm thinking, like, if I hadn't discovered whisper tech, which is how I'm referring to the concept of whispering, which will not wake up my roommate, who has a sort of lighter sleeping than usual. If I hadn't discovered whisper tech, this would be just like a crazy video game to stream. Because there is no gameplay. Alright, so this is just, this is just some Sokoban nonsense. Yep. I'm pretty sure you just do it. Perfect. This also seems to me to just be some Sokoban nonsense, so great. Have I mentioned that I don't like Sokoban? Okay. What else we got? Yeah, so... I guess I can, like, just very easily form a loop here, and then I can push it over here, and deal with this later. Don't really care. And then I'm sure you just, like, you make a bunch of loops and you carefully move them over, always keeping one loop at a time. And then you get down here, and you probably make some more loops. I'm gonna say you probably just you slot this in here, and then you put that up here, and then you move that around here, and you're like, oh yeah, totally, we're doing it, we're making it happen, etc., etc. And then you set it down here, and then you get this one. This one, I think, yeah, I'm sure this is supposed to demonstrate, like, one of these is harder to keep the loops together, but I'm not gonna do any of that, so yeah. Right. I don't know what approach I should be taking here. I guess I could very easily just make it be like... So my current thought is that I made a loop and then I pushed it over here using like these parts. And then the question becomes, do I have to... I guess my theory is this forms a loop that powers itself all the way over here, right? So actually I can just like reconfigure this and break it apart and use the easy pieces to build the connector over here. Right, and then this, I'm sure this is just like you form a loop based on this thing, and then you do the same thing. That, I'm not solving this unless you give me the ability to power it. Are you crazy? Anyway, yeah, then you come up here, and then you're like, oh, yeah, and then I'll make a loop. Great. So here we are. And, yeah. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Let's see how we're doing. What? That's probably related to all this stuff, Now, if there is some crazy thing that you can only do by drawing on something instead of having a video game, I am willing to reconsider my position, but what could that possibly be, Okay, so this was already solved, sure. This one, I don't know, there's something about it. beats me. We'll go over there. We'll keep that there for now, just, you know. One sad thing about Paint.net is that I can't, just edit that text. I'm gonna have to delete it if I want. Alright, so let's see what happens, right? So I guess this is establishing that, like, no, it isn't establishing anything. You just power this on and then you move it over here. Okay, I don't know, like maybe if this were a game you would see like, oh, this immediately goes down or something. I don't know, but probably not. So anyway, this powers on this and also opens up this door. So we're just gonna notate that real quick, and we can get into this area if we want. This, I don't know. I guess you fall down a big freaking hole. I don't have a great theory about this so far. But then again, I guess you don't have to. I guess you like start somewhere in here, maybe something like that. Anyway, so this you push here, right? And you go down here. Wow, I'm not even sure what the problem is supposed to be here. I guess just for the sake of it, I'll do this. These ones are supposed to be easy, I'm sure, but like they're pretty easy. I don't know, maybe it'll quickly make more sense, right? You just push this down and then you power this, and then oh, this has power now, great. Poggers, you can move it over here. I feel like I've already learned this lesson, I don't know why we're doing this. So this one is giving you a little bit more like room to maneuver, but ultimately you just do this Sokoban nonsense. I'm sure, like you just move these around, stick that in there, move it over. Yeah, great. This one is interesting, a little bit, but you still can't move this out of the stuff, of the place, of the feeling of the movement, you know? I'm trying to, like, skim thoroughly. I'm the true peruser because I'm the only guy who's both being thorough and skimming. Because, like, I don't want to cheat myself out of the game, but at the same time, I do not care about Sokoban nonsense. I mean, you can move it over just one, but that gets blocked. So the point of this, hold on, let me notate. We definitely solved this one, and also we're solving this one. I assume that one of the parts of the puzzle is if you like block the wire, it doesn't work anymore, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's indeterminate. So you just like move this down and then you move that over and then you move this up and then I don't know actually. Like just by doing the bare minimum of Sokoban puzzling. I'm like, how are you even gonna get this to go, like, I guess you have to push this down and get it to overlap this wire. And then you make this go up onto here. And then this falls down and then you can do the same thing. The other way. Yeah. It's an endlessly confusing idea to me to just go like, and then I'm sure you just arrange these blocks, and then you can continue with the game. So no need for me to do anything. You push this down, and then you push this down exactly one, and you could put that. That seems way too easy. I don't know. That's weird. But it seems to me like it would work. So yeah. Right. Now we're on the other side. Once I get here, I'm gonna stop and go check out the other routes I didn't take. So we're going in here. It seems to me like you can. Oh, this is okay. Right. So it seems to me like you push this down, and then there's a wire here, so like it forms a loop, right? But then you can also push it one over again, and it continues forming a loop and powering this thing. I think. Alright, so we can definitely push that over. I don't know, what I'm thinking here is like, if this went down one more, then you would just push this up, maybe. But how do you even... It doesn't seem like there's any way at all that you could get this to receive power. Like, even if you pushed this down one onto here, which is all you can get it to stick out, I think then it would be going the wrong way and it would go into that wall. So, like, I don't know what the solution would be for that. I guess you probably have to. I mean, you have this block free, right? Technically, you don't need it yet, so you could probably, like, move it down here. And then this also establishes what these are for. You aren't allowed to just move a block into there, so you move it down here. And then you move it over here. It still doesn't make any sense. I guess... No, I have nothing. Because it's not like... It's not like I just needed a horizontal piece. It really doesn't help me at all to have a horizontal piece. And it doesn't seem like the game is just gonna let me, like, arbitrarily tap things into other things. Can I free this? I don't think I can free this because, well, I guess actually, when you think about it, you move this down one, and then you move it to the side one, and then you can just keep moving it down. Then you can move it out of here, and then you can use this and power up this, and then that that goes into there. So that's fine. I'm just assuming that see if I'm moving this. There's no like loop here. I think you have to keep powering it for it to go down. I don't think you can just go like be gone thought. form a loop with these two pieces? I don't think so. I don't think you can do that. Okay, like the point is, both of these things have to happen. So, this is our goal, right? This can be powered if we can form a loop here. We don't have to worry about that part. This immediately forms a loop. I guess the point of these tracks is like even when you move this one up and down, it'll still form a loop. So you're fine to a certain extent. I don't know if the blocks push each other either. I guess, you know, if you were making this puzzle, you'd probably have to say, like, you'd probably have to make them work without that being the case, because there's no way to explain it. So, yeah, you just, like, you push this down to the bottom, you push this down to the bottom, this lights up the loop, you move that up, you move this one up one, you move the other one up one, that lights up this part. You push this over here, you move this one up, two more, and then boom, you have a loop. It's powerful. That's always going to be there. And I guess it goes both ways, right? So, because it's a loop. Yeah, I think there's a lot of this that is like well designed and also not too hard, which is a classic foible of people designing a puzzle. They're like, well, of course I can make a good puzzle. It just relies on, here's a combinatorial field of like a billion things. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not better than Blueprints. Hey, get wrecked, kid. Anyway. Can you make a loop in any way here? I don't think so. So maybe these don't have to fall down. Maybe I should start reading the hints. But then, like, you know, the hints are not. Wait. Once you power this on, this is a loop. So then you can move it away and it's fine. Okay. Right. So then you put it back where it was. And this has gone up, this has gone over one, I guess. And then, like, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it legitimately. I'm like, this one has to be here. That's a given. This one has to be here. That's a given. This one, I don't know yet. This one, I guess, has to be here. So, right, this one goes, like, in between those two. Which I'm sure you just, you know, you push things around, you shove it in there. Which is, as the actress said to the bishop. Anyway. There we go. That's done. Section complete. I mean, I said I was gonna go back and like look at this, but now that I look at them, I'm thinking, no, I should clearly just do them in order. So, okay. Yeah. This makes sense to me. Sure, this makes sense to me. What are you trying to tell me? I mean, you put these two down on here. Yeah. And then I don't know. To be candid, all puzzle games are a conversation I'm having with the designer, and this one, it feels like I'm having a conversation with the designer I hate. For all the, capability displayed. I guess this is how you light up this, freaking art. So, there's that. I'm not gonna bother erasing all that. Wait, what is this? I don't know. It seems too important to not be deliberate. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm not gonna worry about it too hard. Yet. I don't know. Is this trying to tell me that, like, the key is, like, you can put this here, right? You can put this one here, and then you just push it across, and it's fine. Somehow. I have no idea why that would be fine. I thought the whole point was like it's like instant electricity or something. So, yeah. I'm really at a loss for what the rule they're trying to tell me. Well, no. I guess this is what teaches it to me, and I didn't quite see this right the first time. And the thing is, you do go here, and then you shift it over, and like, it's fine, I guess. Once it powers on this, it's fine. So, and then you can also do it for longer periods of time. And then, I guess actually you can just stomp on it, and then it works. I don't know, like because it touches here for 1 second, it works, and then you can do it again. This kind of seems dumb to me. Like, what are you talking about? It is, but okay, sure. At this point, I'm like, why don't I just postulate a rule that like lights up everything? Why don't I postulate a rule that the game has already been won? I don't know. So like we can do the same thing again. Can we just move up? Is this gonna teach us like, oh, you can't just move up? You can only move in line. I don't know. It seems like by this rule that you can stomp on a thing to light something up. Like the opposite should work. You should be able to zoop over there, but maybe not up. You know, maybe the idea is like, well, there's kind of a connection the whole time. Like as you move from one to the other, a connection is made. So maybe like actually the lesson here is you put two of them on here and then one moves from one to the other. And then this one is like, I don't know, I guess they're like, just think about graphically like how the picture works. You know, like at some point in the continuous motion that sort of is implied to happen there, maybe it works out. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things in the puzzle game where you're like, yeah, I mean, that immediately occurred to me, and then it seemed like the answer was no. But I guess, you know, once you sacrifice a chicken, the answer can be yes. Is there something crazy about this I'm not getting? Do you not just, like, put this here and then move it over at the same time you move that over? Oh, I guess the thing is, like, you need to move them at the same time, so you, like, set up these blocks so that when you push this one, it simultaneously pushes this one. Sure, I guess blocks have to be able to push each other, which is better than the alternative, I suppose. Okay. Okay, and then we can move this, like, across here, and it works, right? Sure. What is this, pencil? Okay. Hand. Even though it's called pan, it's a hand. Alright. So this one, yeah, you can do that, and it's poggers. And then, what are you actually trying to accomplish here? I don't know, it seems like you can Spider-Man light up the dark just by pushing this one here, right? And then you push this one here. No, I guess not, because like, by the time this one makes contact with this one would no longer be in contact with this one. But I don't see how opening this helps. You can shove both of these up into this corner, right? And then you can move this one here, but that doesn't really seem to help you either. You can't really form a loop. You can push this one down on to, no, you can't actually, because like you can never get past this. I guess the thing is you need to push this block up, and then these will both shift over at the same time. Therefore, Spider-Man lighting up the dark on this one. So let's just yeah, I guess if we see any other wires coming out of any other walls, we'll know how it is, you know. We'll know how it is. Alright, now we can think about this. Right. So, we position this here. What do we position the other one? Up here? Or... There's clearly something it's trying to tell me. So because this is a half pipe, right? Like, you have to be pushed onto it. Sort of. Could we, like, put this one here, right? And then put the other one here, and then, like, push the top one over, so that by the time one of them is halfway over the other one, yeah, and then it lights this up. Sure. And then once we have this one lit up, I think it should be pretty easy to get this cube lit up. How precisely you do it is, I guess you would like cover this. And contrary to a previous assumption of mine, I'm assuming that if it's on the ground, you can cover it and it's fine. It doesn't matter. Right, so. And then once you have, like, this loop going, you can just, like, one of them can be lit up, and actually both of them can be lit up, and you push one onto the other, and it's like, whoa. Now it forms a loop instantaneously, so it's lit up, and then you can push it over here, and then you can just do the opposite thing. So it's great. Yeah. Okay. Right, so this, I guess this also, I don't know what this is supposed to be about. I guess this just gets you into the mood. Just gets you into the mood. Whew. Whew. I kind of want to take a break. But I suppose I'll just eat one of these gummies, maybe power through. I hope you can, like, hear me or whatever. I don't know. I might be completely incomprehensible. I guess I could, like, ease my audio up a little bit. That didn't really do anything, but okay, whatever. I don't know, what do we have left? We have, like, half the game left. I should have made this text its own layer. Alright, well, I think I'll take a break now, actually. And, like, I'll just come back to this later. It's pretty obvious what I have done already. And in case it weren't obvious, I can just make a save game, if you will. White was really a terrible color to pick here, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, so I guess I'll save this and then come back to it. I think that would show you all my files if I saved on stream.